What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to share how you can use email marketing to nurture the relationships with your high value customers so that you can increase the lifetime value on average for all of your customers for your business. So when it comes to email marketing is just one part of what I would consider a holistic approach to retention marketing. And the goal of retention marketing is, just like it sounds, is to retain your customers. So you want to retain as many customers as you possibly can and get as many repeat purchases out of them as you can, because that drives up your customer lifetime value, which means that you can afford to spend more on your customer acquisition, which allows you to outmarket, outspend your competition and get more market share. So that's really what it's all about when it comes to email marketing and SMS. And then as far as what we're going to talk about here, we're really just focused on more so on email marketing. So the first thing is you want to use segmentation to differentiate your emails for repeat and VIP buyers. So this is not something you have to do right away if you're just getting started with a new email account, or if you're a new brand. But so once you've got your core optimizations out of the way, you're doing some ongoing email marketing, you have enough people on your list to justify this, you need to start separating out your good customers from just the average customers or the people who haven't purchased, and make sure that your good customers are feeling the love. You want them to get a different offer. A lot of times in the emails, you want them to get just different messaging in the emails, and you want them to actually feel the difference, meaning that they start to notice that your emails are changing as they continue to spend more. And this can just be subtle things. So for example, with certain brands, if we have certain brands we work with where they tend to cater to more higher end clientele. And once people get into this VIP tier, we don't always call them VIPs necessarily, but we switch things up, or we switch up the colors. The branding of the emails they receive is just a little bit higher end, a little bit more luxurious. Of course, the products that we're promoting and mentioning are going to be the higher end offerings from those brands. So again, it's just, catering to who that person actually is, and making sure the emails are differentiated. So if they were to happen to have a friend who also is signed up to the list, and maybe that friend never bought anything or only made one purchase or something, and they could actually notice, wow, we're both getting different emails. And you want people to get that. For one, it's a psychological thing. People always want they always want status, so they always want to be in that higher status group. But the other thing is you're just rewarding the best people, right? Because all marketing is relationship marketing at this point, and you want to have a strong relationship with your VIPs. So another thing you can do is to take this even further, is to especially give them VIP treatment in your post-purchase flows. So whatever flows they get after they purchase, whether that's like, a thank you and maybe asking for reviews, different things like that, you want to make sure that once they make that second purchase, that you're thanking them specifically for coming back and making another purchase. And when they make that third purchase, you're thanking them for their continued, business and support, or however you want to say it, but make it clear that you recognize that this person has come back multiple times, and that you are very appreciative of them. Because for one, again, we're thinking about how does that make them feel? It makes them feel better. It makes it a more enjoyable customer experience, and people like to be recognized. Another thing you can do is with your VIPs, once you've defined a VIP group, is start to give them early access to all of the big promotions you do. So some people will like to give exclusive discounts to their VIP people. Other brands don't, because a lot of times if you discount too much, you're just cheapening your brand. But one way you can give your VIPs something special without having to give them in a bigger discount on top of what everyone else gets is to always give them early access to the big promotions. And if you're the type, if you have products that often sell out quickly, this really goes a long ways with those people, because they have likely seen your products sell out in the past because they are your VIPs. And you want to make sure they don't miss out. If anyone's going to get the newest product drop you have, you want it to be your loyal VIPs who have stuck with you through thick and thin, as opposed to these new customers. Although some of those people could go on to become VIPs for you, they're not there yet. So you want to make sure that your best people are getting the best access. Another thing that this might not be relevant for your particular brand, but if you are doing any kind of events, and you have enough of these VIP buyers, you want to give them exclusive access to these private events. And a lot of times, not very many people are going to show up to events. Like, let's just say you're an e-commerce brand and you throw some event. Usually the people who are going to be most interested and most likely to show up in the first place were your VIPs. So one thing that's kind of a win-win for both of you. So for you, by doing this, you're actually making it easier to plan this event because you don't have to plan for a bigger group. But then for them, not only were they most likely the ones who would have wanted to be interested, now you just make the experience even better for them, because it's going to be even more enticing to know that it's an exclusive event, not everyone can be there, and also that the other people who are going to be there are also going to be VIPs just like them, meaning these are people who are also very passionate about your products, and maybe even have other similar interests. They live similar lifestyles, and this is just a fun way for people to tap into a new community. And it's also something that can do a lot to nurture that relationship you have with those buyers. And also it's a great opportunity for you to meet them in person, talk with them in person, and get even more ideas for maybe future products to launch, or just different angles you can take with your marketing, because you're going to understand them much better. Then finally, this is kind of an add-on from email marketing. You can manage this through your email marketing, but it is its own separate thing. And that is to create a rewards program with a VIP tier that has exclusive rewards for your VIPs, as well as more ways to earn points. So meaning that when someone works their way up to that VIP tier, they now get access to certain rewards that the other people couldn't get access to, because that's going to be something that entices them to spend more to get into that tier in the first place. But then also, going back to this whole thing, if you want to reward your best people, I like to set it up to where the VIP tier, where they can actually earn points faster than the lower tiers, meaning they get more points per purchase, even though, yes, this is going to give them a little bit more savings and they would have likely spent without those savings. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, the game here is you want to hold on to these people for life. These are your absolute most valuable customers, and every other brand in your space would love to have these people as their VIP customers. So a big part of this, again, is just creating an experience that they can enjoy, where they can feel recognized, and where they are more likely to stick with you long term and to be brand advocates. And creating these VIP programs is very easy. There's a bunch of apps you can do it. You can use to create all of this, or you can kind of do a makeshift version by just organizing it all in Klaviyo and doing it that way. But again, so these people are typically going to be driving the majority of revenue for your business. They are the small minority that a lot of times it's the 80-20 rule, where they are the 20% of customers that provide 80% of the revenue. So it makes sense to give more effort to them, because not only is it going to help you just generate more revenue, but it's also just going to make for a better experience, because it's always better to have fewer higher quality customers than it is to have tons of terrible customers that are upset and causing a bunch of customer service problems for you. So you definitely want to protect and nurture the relationships with these people, and email marketing is one of the simplest ways to do that.